Hello to all. This is third video for the chapter crop production and its management, class 8. We were discussing the agricultural practices. There are total 7, and out of which 4 we have already dealt with. The preparation of soil, which includes plowing and leveling of the field, sowing of seeds, which also include transplantation, soil replenishment and irrigation. After irrigation, now what we have to do is the next practice, that is the crop protection. For crop protection, we need to discuss this in two parts. The crop is to be protected from the weeds as well as from the pests. Protection from the weeds. What are weeds? Weeds are the unwanted plants that grow along the crops in the field. So there is no requirement of these unwanted plants because weeding is very much required. Weeding means removal of weeds. So it is very important to remove the weeds from the fields because they will compete with the nutrients which are meant for the crop, and they will compete for the water and sunlight, and thus it will affect the production of crop and it will also affect the crop yield. The different weeding methods, that means how to remove the weeds, we can follow these three methods. Manual removal, that means the tool which is used for removing the weeds are trowel, which is called khurpi, or we can use harrow. The second method is tilling before sowing. This we have already discussed in the part 1, that while plowing the field, automatically the weeds are removed. The third is using the weedicides. Weedicides are the chemicals which are sprayed in the field to remove the weeds, but they will not harm the main crop. The farmers, for this specially, there is precaution that farmers, they should take care of themselves while spraying the weedicides, and as it can adversely affect their health because these are the chemicals which they are using to kill the weeds. Protection from pests. What are pests? These are the small organisms like rats, rabbits and others, birds, etc., which will specifically attack and damage the crop. Pesticides, the method which they can use is the pesticides, and sometimes they put on the scarecrows also to scare away the birds. Pesticides are the chemicals which are sprayed on the crops to kill the pests like rats, etc. But there is harmful effect also of using these pesticides. These pesticides are the chemicals, that is why they will stick to the fruits and vegetables and are absorbed by the plants also. In this way, they will enter the food chain, and if they are entering the food chain, their concentration at each level, trophic level, it will increase, and that is why they will harm the living organisms. So the use of pesticides should be very minimum, as it will affect the health by entering into the food chain. After crop production, the next agricultural practice we have to follow is, now the crop is fully grown, so there is a time of harvesting. What is harvesting? It is cutting and gathering of the crops after maturation. So the crop is cut and it is gathered after its maturation, that is called harvesting. Like we celebrate the festival of Baisakhi on 13th of April every year to mark the harvest of the wheat crop, which is fully matured in this season. The tool which we use for harvesting is the sickle, as you can see in the picture. Threshing is another thing which we have to do after harvesting, that is the separation of the grains from the harvested crop. The harvested crop, it is cut down, and after that the grains are separated from it, and the tool which we use for threshing is the thresher. Combinedly, if we are harvesting the crop and threshing the crop together, there is a mechanized way also. For that we can use the machine which is called combine harvester, as you can see in the picture over here. This combine we can use for both the purpose, harvesting, that means cutting, and for threshing, that means separation of the grain from the harvested crops. Then there is method which is called winnowing, that is the separation of grain from the chaff. The grain are separated from the chaff by the method of winnowing. As you can see in the picture, this mixture of grain and chaff, it is thrown from a height to the ground, and when the wind will blow, or it is done in front of the fan, when the wind will blow over here, the lighter particles of chaff will be blown away and the heavier grain particles will fall down at the same point. So in this way the grain is separated from the chaff. So this is harvesting. We have to follow the harvesting, threshing, and then winnowing. Now we have the grains. The last method which we have to follow is, it is very important, the storage of it. The grains are produced in large quantity. Obviously the farmers, they will have a very high yield of all of these things. So the problem is the storage. The harvested food grains are first sun dried, so that if there is a little moisture in it which can cause its damage, then we should sun dry it to remove all that moisture before storing, and to prevent the growth of the microbes on it. After that, the storing is done by the government agencies like FCI, which is called Food Corporation of India, and the state warehousing corporations. So these two government agencies, FCI and state warehousing corporations, they have the duty for this storage of the harvested grains, which are stored in big containers which are called silos, which is shown in the picture over here. There are some crops like fruits and vegetables which have high moisture content, so they cannot be stored it like this, and these are the perishable items. That means their shelf life is very less. So they are stored in either the refrigerators, in large cold storages, and in deep freezers. So this is the method which is followed by the farmers in the last stage for the storage of grains as well as the fruits and vegetables. In the last part of the chapter in your book, there is a topic which is very important, which is given over here, that is called crop improvement. Sometimes some farmers, they get a very good yield or very high yield from the same part of the land, and the other farmer who is also having the same land area, he is not getting that much high yield, right? That the yield is very poor in that. So the reason sometimes it can be that one farmer has used a very high quality seeds and the other one, he has not chosen the seeds properly for that. So how come this happens? Because our scientists, agricultural scientists, they are studying this, they are researching this for the improvement of the crop health as well as the high yield. The Green Revolution is a very good example for this. In 1960 in India, a high yielding variety of Mexican dwarf wheat varieties were introduced in India. Their height was small for the plants, for the wheat plants, and plus there was the yield obtained from it was very, very high. So that led to Green Revolution in India. That means a large scale production of the wheat, which was enough to fulfill the demands of the country as well as to export it outside the country. So how it happens to have the high yielding varieties of Mexican wheat? Because as we discussed that these studies they are going on in agricultural research institutes and universities to hybrid the crops. What is hybridization? It is the process of crossing two genetically different individuals to obtain a new individual or hybrid exhibit a desirable characteristic. That means if there are two different varieties with two different qualities, then these scientists, what do? They hybrid them genetically, right? And when they are hybriding them genetically, they are actually bringing the qualities, good qualities of the two in a single seed. So that is called hybridization. How it is done? For this purpose, what is done, that they take two plants, plant A and plant B, as mentioned in your book. In plant A, they remove the anthers of the flower. so that they can put the anthers of the other flower on the plant A, that is from the plant B. So that removal of the anthers from the flower, that is called that means the male part of the flower, that is called emasculation. So now anthers from plant B, which for which we want the quality of that plant, that is put on the flower A, and then the flower it is closed, so that the pollination occurs and the seed development will occur in the ovary, that will lead to the new hybridized and new good quality seeds. So hybridization, it is done at the agricultural universities and research institutes, just to improve the yield and the quality of the crops. This all we have to study in this chapter. The chapter is over here, and happy learning to all.